Yo, what's going on, guys? It is Tom and welcome back to a brand new video, and this is the finale of Full House here at Abu Dhabi. And as you can see, I'm driving in the McLaren Honda of Jenson Button for this last race of the season, and the reason being is because, spoiler alert, last time out in Brazil I finished in 3rd place as Kimi Raikkonen, and thanks to the crash with Daniel Ricciardo I was not able to go for my planned strategy, which was to use the Mercedes for this final race of the season. So therefore, looking at the permutations on the left hand side, because I finished in 3rd place, I've got to use a team of the level of Williams, if not lower, so from Williams downwards on the left hand side. And looking at the right hand side, because I've got no races left in the Williams or the Red Bull, I've got to pick a team from Force India or below, and in this case I've gone for the McLaren Honda because this is the car that I feel will best suit me, and it's the car that, even though it's down in a straight line, the rest of it is pretty good. It's a pretty decent car through the corners, it's decent on the brakes, and it's overall a decent package. It just needs a little bit more straight line speed, so therefore I've whacked on the 1-1 wings to hopefully give us the speed that we need in the straights. But quickly going through the permutations, Hamilton is in pole position, I believe, and if he wins the race then I have to finish in 4th place, I believe, or I think I can even get away with 5th place, but I have to finish in 4th, so that's going to be the target for this race. P4, that's what we need to aim for. So here we go then. Now into the first corner for the first time this race. We are on the back of the Manners, and there's going to be a question of trying to slash through this field, taking it nice and easy, taking our time and making sure we have no major crashes here, because obviously crashing would be a massive problem, especially because we're in a McLaren Honda. So here we go up the inside of about 3-4 cars there on the left hand, and making a nice little move there, and we're now trying to go around the outside of the Toro Rosso of Carlos Sainz. Lovely move. And also going to go up the inside of Hulkenberg, so plenty of overtakes in those first couple of corners, and really actually slicing through the field quite nicely and actually getting a lot of time. But now Hulkenberg is coming back at us here. I'm going to dip back into the slipstream here to try and get some speed and also increase my speed, hopefully maybe relaunch and attack back onto him into the braking zone here. Sainz is having a look up my inside, but he dips back in for more slipstream. I'm going to dart the inside of Hulkenberg anyway. Super late braking move up the inside, a dive bomb of sorts, and we get the move done on the German there, and we got ourselves up into P13. So a pretty decent move on Hulkenberg there, nice and late on the brakes. Like I said, this McLaren's actually pretty alright on the brakes, so I can actually afford to brake quite late in this. And we're now on the back of Max Verstappen, who's actually run a little bit wide there through turn number 3, and that's going to allow us to get right to the back of him here through 4 into 5. I'm going to go up to the inside of Max Verstappen here, making a move nice and easily on the brakes there up the inside of the Dutchman, and we're already in P12, and Ricciardo now is the next car, and he is way down in P11, so a very shocking race for him so far. And moving later on to the end of lap 2, as you can see, we are on the back of the Honey Badger, and it's going to be a question of waiting for a moment, taking our time, and we're going to slide up the inside when we least expect it. And this could be the case here as we go up the inside of Ricciardo up the left hander there. Lovely move, getting a beautiful run through the little chicane section, and that allowed us to go up the inside of the Australian. And moving later on lap 3, we are now on the back of Felipe Nasr, and similar to the Verstappen move, he gets a poor exit out of turn 4, and can we possibly make a move up the inside here of the Brazilian. We're going to go for it, we're going to go for a late braking move, and we make the move stick for P9 there. So fantastic stuff going up the inside of the Brazilian on the brakes, and so far that has been a trait of us this race, really just making some good effective moves on the brakes, and that is really allowing us to really pull off some overtakes. And we're now on the back of Marcus Ericsson, who's Felipe Nasr's teammate obviously, and it looks like we've got a pretty good cushion on Felipe Nasr. Even though it's DRS enabled for the first time this race, we've got a good enough gap, and Felipe is not going to dive up the inside of the hairpin anytime soon, and sorry, the chicane I meant. And we're now on the back of Marcus Ericsson, actually getting a pretty decent exit out of the chicane, and now we're going to have the DRS wide open. Ericsson doesn't have DRS, so here we go. This could be an easy move for P8 here, up the inside onto the brakes nice and late, and we're just going to dive it up the inside there, textbook stuff, and we got ourselves into P8, and we've now got Pastor Maldonado to overtake, who is the last of this little train of cars, and then we will be in some nice clear air, which is crucial for us, because then we can maybe try and set some decent lap times. And also on a side note, my strategy this race, I'm going to go for the conservative strategy, so I'm going to go for a 2-stop instead of a 3-stop, and drag these tyres out and hope that with one less stop I might be a bit more competitive towards the end of the race, because at the end of the day, around here, all I want is track position. So I just need to get P4, which is crucial for me. So I want to go for the longer strategy. And speaking of getting higher positions, as you can see, we're going to go up the inside of Maldonado here once again for the 3rd time this race, up the inside of that very same corner on a car. So nice, just a good overtaking opportunity for me this race. I generally do like a lot of moves into that corner. The AI seemed to brake quite early, so that's allowed me to make a move there quite comfortably up the inside of that corner. But I'm skipping later on, and we're in 2nd place race at the moment because the big boys have actually done their first stops of the race. And obviously, like I said before, we are dragging our strategy out and we're going longer this race. So we're coming into the pits for our first stop of the race, and we're getting the slow tyre out of the way first, and that is the yellow wall soft tyre. So right now we're going to go on our longest stint, and we're going to probably have the worst pace, but once we get this tyre out of the way, we can then push and really enjoy what this McLaren Honda has to offer, because it's not much. So it's better that I can get the most out of it in the race on a better tyre, and once the fuel load has gone down. So as you see, we're going to rejoin in P7 here, comfortably ahead of Maldonado, and moving later on in the race, we actually get ourselves up in a P4 and possibly P3, because there's cars in the pit lane at the moment, and then P2 actually. So we've got ourselves back up into P2 after the second round of pit stops. But Hamilton, if you notice the direction arrows all over our gearbox here, he's on a first set of super softs and he's sniffing all over us to try and make a move here, and he flies past us way before the DRS even becomes available, and I can't fight. I just can't fight that, basically. I can't fight Hamilton. He's too fast in a straight line, and he is a championship rival. But so far, I think he's in a net race lead, I believe. But at the moment, as things stand, we're in a healthy position at the moment, and we just got to try and just literally do our own thing, keep our rhythm going, and not get too carried away by these battles. And meanwhile, we've got Nico Rosberg now, the other Mercedes, coming at us on a set of super softs, also on a fresh set of super softs, and he's going around the outside of the left-hander here. Can he make it stick? No, he can't. We actually go around the inside, but there's contact between the two of us here, and Rosberg goes round for a spin. So let me know in the comments whose fault you thought that was. Personally, I thought Rosberg just literally had the move done. I was pretty much ahead, and he just went for a reckless move up the inside, trying to force his way through. But nevertheless, we managed to not spin and actually keep our car on the track. And meanwhile, on lap 16, now Kimi Raikkonen on the super soft is coming past us, and he's just going to breeze past in a straight line like we're not even there. Once again, the McLaren Honda, I'm not too bad in a straight line, but I'm still pretty defensive when it comes to not having DRS. And exactly one lap later, then now Nico Rosberg is back at us. He's actually recovered from his spin, and he's caught up to the back of us here, and he's going to try and go for the move this time. It's going to be pretty similar to Raikkonen's move, I believe, and indeed it is. As you can see, he flies past with the straight line speed that he's got with the DRS wide open, and there's absolutely nothing I can do about that. So at the moment, I'm sort of going backwards on this soft tyre, but I just got to drag it out for at least a couple more laps, and hopefully then if I go into the super soft, then I'll be in pretty good shape, because at the moment I'm in P4, which is the position I want to be in for the championship. Make that P5 as Bottas flies past us, and so far it's looking so good. Literally, we just have to get past a couple of cars, so fingers crossed if we can make it stick, that would be lovely and absolutely crucial for us. And as you can see, we select the option tyre, and that is because at the end of this lap we're coming in for our final stop of the race, and I think we're going to go onto the supers, and hopefully, fingers crossed, our pace is good enough to really do some damage on these last 9 laps or so. So fingers crossed, this is where the championship is going to be won, so we really need to have a good stint here and hope that this is the best stint we can put in, because I think we're going to drop down to P6, so we've got a lot of work to do. A good stop from McLaren there, and right now as things stand in P6, I'm out of a championship winning position, and right now the championship is in Lewis Hamilton's hands. So this stint is absolutely crucial for the World Drivers' Championship as we get underway up to speed now. Can we rejoin ahead of Nico Hulkenberg, who's just on the outside there, and looks like we are. Have we come ahead of him? Yes, we have. We are ahead of the full senior, which is crucial for us, so we don't lose any time, and we can push straight away on these super soft tyres. And moving on to a couple of laps later, and the night skies are falling here in Abu Dhabi, and if we pass Danny Kvyat, we'll be back into a World Drivers' Championship winning position, and it looks like that's going to be the case now. As going onto the straight, we're going to open up DRS there, right about there, and we're going to really maximise the speed in this McLaren Honda. And here we go, pulling in the slipstream. We're going to pull to the inside on Danny Kvyat and make the move up the inside on the brakes here. Lovely stuff, and we get the move done and dusted there. And we're up at a P4, and I believe Bottas actually pits, so that's why I've actually gone from P6 to P4. And lucky enough for us, there was no more action in this race. Rosberg's in third, Raikkonen's in second. Lewis Hamilton has won the race, but crucially, I am in P4, which is the position I need to be in. And it looks like as we come through the final few corners, we're going to come through to win the World Drivers' Championship in Abu Dhabi, coming across the line for a fantastic P4 in the McLaren Honda from the back of the grid, and that is massive for us, and the World Drivers' Championship is wrapped up in the bag. And what a result, what a season, just some incredible races, and just overall what a series. I've really enjoyed this, and it's been absolutely incredible. As you can see, 12 points there compared to Hamilton's 25, but that is enough to give us the World Drivers' Championship, which is crucial for us. And they're looking at the rest of the top 10 double point scoring positions for Williams, Force India, Red Bull, Mercedes, and only one Ferrari finish. I believe Vettel actually DNF, so very unfortunate for him. But we're now going to move into the driver's standings to see how things shape up for the final time of the season, and to confirm that we've won the World Drivers' Championship. And as you'll be able to see now on screen, as you can see, we have won the championship by 4 points over Lewis Hamilton and then his teammate Nico Rosberg finishing 3rd place, with Kimi Raikkonen beating his teammate on the last race of the season, with Felipe Massa beating Bottas and then Ricciardo beating Danny Kvyat. So very much a team-by-team order in the top 10, you could say, very 2-by-2 sort of order, with Sergio Perez in 10th place, rounding out the top 10. And overall, some really good stuff there. Both teammates all really close, so I think I balanced out quite well in terms of who I used from the top teams. And then looking at the second half of the table, you can see Max Verstappen is top of the second half with 41 points, with Jenson Button there on 39 after that last race, having picking up the pretty solid 12 points. And then Felipe Nasr in 13th, with Maldonado and Alonso rejoined on 13 points in 14th, 15th, with Nico Hulkenberg in 16th on 12 points, Romain Grosjean in 17th, Ericsson in 18th, Sainz in 19th, and then both of the Manners in 20th and 21st. But nevertheless, guys, this has been the end of F1 2015 Full House. If you have enjoyed the series, then please do drop a massive like on the videos. It would really help me out. And if you're new around here and you have watched the series for the first time now, I do encourage you to watch the entire playlist back, as it's been a fantastic series and I've really enjoyed making it. And also, if you want to follow me on Twitter, there's a link in the description down below at Tom97HD, which I really would appreciate if you could follow me over there, because I do often tweet a lot about my YouTube stuff, and generally I'm quite active, so if you want to ask me anything, I can always get back to you. And yeah, guys, if you're new around here, please be sure to subscribe to my channel, as I'm trying to push for 4,000 subscribers. And yeah, guys, that's about for this video, and I'll see you in my next one very soon. Goodbye.